Welcome. Some stuff had to do some housekeeping things, but wanted to bring you in and show you they have added some new features and they've given us airdropped atonement crystals. So I wanted to discuss my kind of strategy for that. And one of the viewers mentioned something. The crypto elf of Rivendell gave me a suggestion. I'm going to show you kind of how that would play out, which is if you use your miners, or when you use your miners to mine for gold, and instead of just, collecting gold to buy potions or saving up for other things to buy, what if you convert that over to Jewel? Spoiler, you make a lot of money from it. So quickly, let's go here to the gardens, harvest over here. Haven't harvest for a couple of days here. And now, of course, it's going to act this way. Just doesn't have anything. I was going to put a hero here, but no, that's not the problem. But it just makes more sense to keep it on, one count where I can just kind of, because you can run multiple at a time, of course, and so it doesn't have sense to have heroes on multiple ones. I mean, just so it gets over time, the account will get credit for having that hero, you imagine, but in terms of airdrops, but one day the fellas vote to go ahead and create so I harvest my jewel from the garden, go to the marketplace to trade. I'm actually going to do one in jewel. I'll put half a jewel almost done. So swap. Decide how much I'm going to put into the bank later. So I'm taking the jewel that I just collected from the gardens that were my rewards for having money, liquidity in over there in that pool stake that people could trade and sell from. Not, say the buy and sell as they buy and sell or trade in these various tokens that liquidity in, I get rewards. And these rewards are paid out in terms of jewel. I take this jewel, swap it in half. Now go here to the druid, create a liquidity pool. I mean, it just doesn't really matter this way because the way I do it normally is that way. I can then max out that, but I can't max that because I need some jewel for gas fees. So I just have to pick the amount that I want to do. So normally I'll max it and then subtract, say I'm going to do 15, so let's do 14. All right. And supply. This creates the liquidity pair that I'm going to add. I already have a Jewel and one going, of course. Not necessarily, of course. I've started a Jewel and Luna on a different account because Luna took a big hit. We discussed that, and so the price was pretty low. I took let's go here and make some money on some Jewel and Luna for a while. I ran through, but I said, let's go here and make some money off of this Jewel and Luna for a while. Because, of course, Jewel and Luna are still going to be two main. Oh, I didn't even get into my whole, I'm just sitting here doing all this. Look, at the end of the day, guys, this has been one of the greatest times to accumulate one of the most underpriced assets on the planet. I have seen nothing but complete dedication and execution from the team behind DeFi Kingdoms. I am a fan. Granted, I have a lot of money in it stake, but I wouldn't have it if I didn't see what was going on. Because at first it was just a little bit of initials and see, and then it became a bit more and more. And then that grew into like what it was and said, okay, I'm not even gonna go bother that until let it go for a while. Besides pulling out, things to make myself not worry. And so this has just been a blessing, I feel. And, at the end of the day, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm no one's financial advisor. I don't even advise myself financially. You know what I'm saying? I just be like, just stumble into things like, what? Who? I'm joking, of course, but maybe some people are so obtuse they don't understand that. But you have to make decisions for yourself. Most people who are watching this, though, have already kind of understood where they are at in that. But it's always and this is the reason why I kind of do this and why I make my daily videos is just kind of more going through what it's going to be kind of thing. I think the innovative things that's coming in the future that you want to kind of be ahead of that crest and that wave. Hey, job numbers were super good today, I think. And I've been telling my friends, it seemed like we may be, if history rhymes like the way it does a lot, let's get to that. So usually, let me get to that real quick. Now I'll come to that in a second. Right here, it'll say claim airdrop if you have an airdrop, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click that on my other account, and you'll see what the screen looks like after where it says I'm pointing to it. You can't see my hand pointing to it, but it'll say claim airdrop through the magic of editing. Don't ask, I know things look crazy, but this is what the screen looked like. So after you hit claim airdrop, you see here, I've already claimed. So yeah, click on that, claim my 8 lesser air crystals. And so I'll show you what that looks like. Here's the greater atonement crystal and the 8 lesser. So let's go now to, I think I have 4 miners. I have 4 miners. I'm going to pull them out, and I'm going to write down how much gold they each collect, and then show you how much that would be converted into Joule. And so then you get a sense of, how much Joule. All right, so we got, this is the number that we get from that. Let's go to the marketplace. It's the trader, and we're going to trade gold. Oh, maybe it's DFK. Boop, boop. For Joule. And the amount is going to be, we just pulled up. So just with that, now this was a lot less than I normally get. Normally I get probably at least, usually it's like, probably another 50 gold more per than that, at least. I don't know. That was the smallest numbers I've seen. I got to look to see if the numbers, what's today? Today's Friday, but usually the things, I think the rates change on like Wednesday for the gardens in terms of unlocks. But yeah, that was weird. And I don't think I pulled them out early when I put 4. Sometimes I had like 6. A lot of times I actually run, now for most things, the most I'll run is before, but I never would do 5 or 6 at a time because I get this no relay or relay exhausted error over and over. So even if I want to run 6 people, I'll do 3 and 3, or if I got 5, I'll do 3 and 2. So anyway, $400 gold equals 1 Joule, and so the max of this is probably only a couple of days. I can get 6 Joule out of this, so you can get a nice amount of Joule out of your gold mining. So if you were buying or trying to save it for other things, may look to transfer it over into Joule and then add to the gardens. Just something to think about. Pretty much think that's all I wanted to touch on today. I think the main thing was to, something I showed her, I forget what it was, but oh no, talk a little bit about this. I thought this was a great idea by Crypto Elf pointing this out to me. Oh, but it's showing you about, oh no, so I'm sorry, I'll go dip without saying it. So the atonement crystals, my main thought on that was I'm going to save that greater one for my greatest hero near the end game, because for the atonement crystal, if my understanding is correctly, is that when we leveled up our characters initially, we may have only been not received the proper bonus for a character in that first couple of levels. So I can't remember if it's the first level. I think it may have been first level when they first came out the meditation circle. So they then said, well, we'll give you the opportunity to have this crystal to give to your hero that leveled up for it to be able to have that greater blessing it may have received. So my goal or plan thought is wait till we get near the a level of character up to about 100 or something, whatever level we at, and then whatever's my strongest character, give it that boost so that if I go against anybody, hopefully it'll just be enough to be what it takes to be victorious. Hail to the victors. With that said, I love you. You love you. God loves us. And that's all that matter. Claim my greater atonement crystal. Now I have 8 lesser ones. So I'm going to go ahead and claim this now. And then